Hello. It has been so long since I last posted, but today I'm actually recording this video from a place, a hotel. It's called City West Hotel. Just come here for my son to get the flu vaccine. Yeah. And the thing, like, I got calls, and most people are always asking me around this time, like, what course should I take? What course should I take? After my KCSE results, because the KCSE results have come out, and a lot of people, there are people who have passed with flying colors. So, but the course that you take, does the course that you take really matter? That is the thing that we want to talk about. And number two, what are the opportunities for those people who have done their KCSE in Ireland? Because, most of the time I normally talk mostly about, I talk about people coming here for masters, and I also talk about people coming to Ireland for PhD, and I also talk about people coming to Ireland to take up jobs. But remember, when you come to study, you can actually come to study an undergraduate course, or you can come to study a postgraduate course. So undergraduate courses will be BA, BSc, and such kind of courses. Postgraduate courses mostly will be around PhDs. So then it means that if you have your KCSE, you have finished your KCSE, that's an equivalent of what we call in Ireland, it's called the Living Cert, the Living Certificate, because Ireland has almost a similar system like Kenya, where there's a primary school, and after the primary school, there's the secondary school or the high school. Then after high school, you come now to the university. That's what we call now. There's junior cert, then there's living certificate. So living certificate, that is what now is the equivalent of KCSE. What qualifies you now to do your to go to your university. So here, I hope you don't mind the lighting, like, it's just part of it. So here, the thing that you should actually consider is, and which is very good, is that Kenya, we speak English. And it makes the process less complicated, because you'll be coming to a system that is also an English speaking. But mostly there are very few scholarships in undergraduate courses. Very few undergraduate courses, undergraduate scholarship. Most scholarships are postgraduate, and most scholarships are postgraduate, and yeah, mostly. But there are universities, like, I know, as I speak, I know 3 people who are coming to do their undergraduate, and I'll be picking one of them on Thursday at the airport. So maybe probably I'll bring him to the channel so that he can describe to you the process, how he registered for his courses, how he got his university, and what decision he made, so that how is he investing in education. So mostly you'll get some universities will be generous. They'll give up to 50% school fees waiver, because the average school fees here is roughly 13,000 euros, which is around 1.5 to 1.6 million Kenyan shillings with the current exchange rate. Let's say 1.5, 1.6 million Kenyan shillings with current exchange rate. But you'll get, like, universities, like, I know people are coming in next week, they got a school fees waiver of as high as 50%. And some courses will run for like 3 years. And look, during this time, you are in a very supportive environment. You are in an environment that, there's a very high transition when it comes to job in Ireland, considered to back in Kenya. There's a very high chance that in Kenya you can do your degree. I know people who did engineering. I know people who have done medicine. I know people who have done all those courses that you think they are lucrative, but they still do not have jobs to date. They ask me, are there opportunities that we can actually pursue, over there where you are? But they have no experience. They just have a job, no experience, nothing about that, you see. So, but this is a case whereby you'll be doing your job, and while working, you'll be studying, and while studying, you can work 20 hours. And when you work 20 hours, you can get even a professional job where you'll be earning as high as, you might even be earning as high as 150 to 200,000 Kenyan shillings equivalent every month. So if your parents invested in your school fees, there's a high chance that you'll be able to afford even to pay your own accommodation and your upkeep. Then after that, after you finish your degree, your undergraduate degree, there's something called, like, there's a stay back visa where you'll stay for 1 year to look for a job. But you can choose again to transition into a master's. And after the master's program, you can stay back for another 2 years. And you see, these are 3 years. You'll have enough time in this country to get the experience, to get very good training. And after the very good training, there's just a very high chance that you'll transition into a good employment. And there's nothing as a lucrative course. However, one thing that you need to know is that these countries, even Kenya, works on a sponsorship basis in terms of employment. You have to get an employment that sponsors you for you actually to get a job, like, that sponsors your visa. So even when you are here, after your undergraduate degree, you'll have to look for employment that sponsors your visa. And you will have known, because those 3 years, the universities are very great. They have career departments that will guide you, because they know they don't want to have a bad name that, you people study in their universities and they don't get jobs. So the only catch here is that it's a very high investment thing, because you invest as high as like 1.5 million per year. And parents out there, if you are listening to this and you can afford this one, take this option. If you can invest in land, buying a piece of land in Kitengela, buying a piece of land somewhere in Karen, Gong, and all that, then it means you can also afford to invest in the education of your kids. And just for the years that I've lived here, there's one thing that I've actually seen very common, especially among the Chinese. These people are very smart. Chinese and Indians, they send their children abroad and they pay school fees in the universities here, because they know after they study here, and even in Canada, when you see in India, when you go in India, you'll get a lot of agencies taking students to Canada and all that. And I know a friend of mine who does these things, who here in Ireland, who actually, he can even help you to look for a course, and he can help you look for a course, and he can even help you to get a university or a college that can give you a 50% waiver of your school fees. So if you are interested, just leave a comment down there, and then I'll follow up with you so that I can guide you. I can link you, and I can as well put our email address down there, and you can email and inquire about this. So if you have money, if you have the school fees, the same way you have a school fees, I know many of you pay school fees in very expensive international schools. You can afford to pay this school fees for you. After KCSE, find a course for them. Let them come over here. Let them be exposed in the international environment. Let them see the world, as it is. Because I remember one of the things that really opened my mind, I didn't come from a very privileged family, and I don't come from a very privileged family where my parents could afford to really send me abroad. But at least what my parents did, they sacrificed, and they took me to very good schools, and school where I got good mentorship, and I could learn very well, and I got exposed. And when I went to the university, I was taking a course that many people thought that actually is one of the worst courses. But just Google my name and you'll find I am an anthropologist. I did anthropology. That is a course that most of you will think that you will never get anything. You will never succeed when you take that course. I did a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology at the University of Nairobi, and I did a Master's of Arts in Anthropology, to be specific, in medical anthropology at the University of Nairobi. And here I am, like, doing my PhD, and I'm also working. I'm doing a lot of research in Ireland, there are lots of opportunities, and you see these opportunities that I'm talking about, the opportunities come only when we are able to invest in the education of these children. If you have money, and parents, if you're a parent and you're listening to this and you don't have money, you can share to another parent and share to another parent. Let them listen to this. Let them listen that their kids can also have an opportunity to further their studies in Ireland just from their KCSE. They can come and take undergraduate courses. I've seen a lot, especially from Asia, they invest so much in their children. It's not like us. And I feel so bad that when I am here, I try to preach this gospel. I preach this gospel, invest in education. And there are many parents who can afford, you can upgrade. If you can afford to upgrade your car, you can afford to use a phone worth 1,000 euros or $1,000. This is money that the moment you put this money towards the education of these kids, it will come back. And, the entry level, it's not some of them might need an entry exam, but I'll bring somebody who will actually talk from first-hand experience, because just to be honest, I didn't study here, my undergraduate. I didn't study my master's here. I only got a job here, got a job to come and work here as a researcher. And working in a university as a researcher opened my mind so much. And I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of opportunities that our people could actually have, but we don't take up these opportunities. So it's up to you to grab them. So you share this video, follow, so that within this time, we want to make sure that you have enough information, and we'll take this time for the next, let's say, 1 month. I just want us to concentrate on educating our parents on the options for their children here in Ireland. What options do their children have straight from KCSE? What options do they have? Because do you want to go to, yes, it's okay, you'll go to a Kenyan university, but I remember some of us, I did my master's for 4 years, not because I'm a very brilliant person, by the way. If I showed you my transcript, you'll be surprised. But I did for 4 years because of the strikes, because, you know, all those things, administrative challenges that we face back in Kenya. You won't get them here. If a master's is 3 years, if a master's is 1 year, it's 1 year. If an undergraduate degree is 3 years, it is 3 years. So grab the opportunity, reach out to me for more information about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk on how to invest on our kids. And I'll bring somebody who can actually guide you. I'll interview somebody, and they should be able to tell you about the process. Thank you very much, and share and subscribe to this video so that you can get a notification, and put a notification there. So the moment I post this, the next one, let it come to you, so that you don't have to search me. You know, it can be a very difficult task. My name is very difficult, and when you start searching me, it might be hard. So that's it, and thank you very much for your time.